the hidden power of reshaping your reality. Consider for a moment that reality isn't quite what it seems. Everything you experience, the world you navigate, the emotions you feel, the circumstances you encounter, what if these aren't random occurrences but reflections of something deeper within you? What if your internal world is actually creating your external experience? Today, we're exploring how the deep-seated beliefs you carry are silently architecting the reality you live in. From our earliest moments, we've been conditioned to perceive the world as something fixed and separate from ourselves. But what if this separation is merely an illusion? What if what you call reality is actually a projection of your innermost convictions, a responsive field that mirrors back what you hold to be true? What if reality isn't rigid, but responsive, constantly shaped by your thoughts, expectations, and most fundamentally, your beliefs? Even science, that bastion of objective inquiry, has begun questioning our conventional understanding of reality. The revelations of quantum physics have shown us something remarkable. Consciousness influences reality at its most fundamental level. Nothing demonstrates this more powerfully than the renowned double-slit experiment. This seemingly simple experiment revolutionized our understanding of the universe. Scientists found that when they fired particles through two slits onto a screen, something extraordinary happened. When unobserved, these particles behaved like waves, creating an interference pattern as if passing through both slits simultaneously. But when observed, when consciousness entered the equation, they behaved like discrete particles, traveling through just one slit or the other. The mere presence of an observer transformed how reality manifested. This is profound. The implication is clear. Reality doesn't exist in a definite state until it's observed. The act of conscious observation causes potential possibilities to collapse into tangible reality. What does this mean for our understanding of existence? It suggests that consciousness, your awareness, is fundamentally creative. The world around you isn't independently fixed. It responds to your perception, your focus, your attention. Similarly, your internal beliefs shape everything you experience in life. These beliefs function as invisible filters, subtly coloring each perception, emotion, and decision. What you believe about success, relationships, your capabilities, and your worth actively creates the reality you experience. You aren't merely witnessing life unfold, you're participating in its creation. Reality isn't something separate from you, but an ongoing interaction between your inner world and what manifests in your outer experience. You are the creator, whether you recognize it or not. Like in the quantum experiment, you're the observer collapsing infinite possibilities into your lived experience. So ask yourself, what are your core beliefs? What is your conception of the universe? Do you see it as a hostile place where you must fight for resources, or as an abundant system naturally supporting your growth? What's your relationship with wellness? Do you believe health is a constant struggle against inevitable decline? Or that your body has remarkable capacities for renewal and vitality? Do you believe meaningful connections are rare and difficult to form? Or that deep relationships naturally unfold when you're authentically yourself? The answers to these questions are reflected in the life you're currently living, because just as the observer determines the quantum experiment's outcome, your beliefs determine the reality you experience. What you truly believe inevitably becomes your lived truth. The universe responds to your consciousness. Science confirms it. Ancient wisdom traditions have taught it for millennia. The observer creates the observed. The crucial question becomes, what reality are you creating in this moment? Our beliefs form through countless influences: family dynamics, cultural programming, personal experiences, and even collective human consciousness. From our earliest years, we absorb ideas about what's possible or impossible, about our identity and our place in the world. These concepts often operate beneath conscious awareness, quietly guiding our choices and reactions. Beliefs aren't merely thoughts you entertain. They're the lenses through which you interpret everything. They form the foundation of your identity and determine what you perceive as possible. If you deeply believe that financial abundance requires excessive struggle and sacrifice, that pattern will dominate your economic reality. If you believe that vulnerability leads to rejection, genuine connection will remain elusive. Just as in the quantum experiment where observation collapses possibilities into specific outcomes, your beliefs collapse the infinite potential of your life into particular experiences. What you believe, you perceive. What you hold as truth manifests in your experience. As psychologist William James noted, belief creates the actual fact. In other words, the circumstances of your life impact you less than your interpretation of those circumstances. If you believe challenges are punishments, you'll experience them as crushing burdens. But if you believe challenges are growth opportunities, suddenly the same circumstances become pathways to expansion. As the visionary Buckminster Fuller observed, what seems to be is to those to whom it seems to be. When discussing beliefs, we often think of subjective perspectives shaped by personal and cultural factors. But what does contemporary science reveal about this phenomenon? Is there empirical evidence supporting the idea that our beliefs shape our experienced reality? The evidence is compelling. Neuroscience, psychology, and quantum theory have all investigated how beliefs influence not just our emotions and behaviors, but our very perception of reality. The research findings are remarkable and align with what wisdom traditions have taught for centuries. Neuroscientific research demonstrates that our beliefs are literally embedded in our brain structure. When we hold a belief, we create specific neural pathways and networks. Each thought reinforces these pathways, strengthening connections with repetition. Essentially, our beliefs physically shape our brain architecture. Neuroscientist Dr. Richard Davidson's research at the University of Wisconsin shows that believing in our capacity for growth and change actually stimulates neuroplasticity, our brain's ability to reorganize itself. By cultivating positive beliefs, we transform not just our psychological state, but potentially our physical well-being. The brain's chemistry shifts, altering neurotransmitter and hormone levels that directly impact our health and vitality. The nocebo and placebo effects provide stunning evidence of belief's power over physical reality. Studies consistently show that a person can experience negative side effects from an inert substance if they believe it will harm them, nocebo, or experience healing from a sugar pill if they believe it's medicine, placebo. Contemplative practices offer powerful tools for belief transformation. Research indicates these practices can alter brain structure, increasing density in regions associated with attention, compassion, and emotional regulation. Science is now validating what contemplative traditions have always known. By changing our consciousness, we change our brains and consequently our experienced reality. The brilliant physicist John Wheeler proposed the concept of a participatory universe, suggesting that consciousness and reality are fundamentally interconnected. What does this mean practically? It means our beliefs aren't just personal matters. They have universal implications. They shape not only our experience but influence the world around us. This interconnectedness suggests that by transforming our beliefs, we're participating in shaping collective reality. Systems theory reveals that small changes in complex networks can produce significant transformations throughout the entire system. Science reveals we're not isolated in our beliefs. They impact ourselves, others, and potentially the fabric of reality itself. As theoretical physicist David Bohm proposed, reality may be an undivided wholeness in flowing movement, where observer and observed are aspects of a single process. If beliefs hold this transformative power, how might we harness this understanding to enhance our lives? The first step is awareness. By recognizing our limiting beliefs, we can begin questioning them and ultimately transcending them. As neuroscientist Dr. Candice Pert observed, your body is your subconscious mind. Our beliefs become physically encoded in us. Seeker of truth, look at the invisible boundaries you've established for yourself. These boundaries, formed by your limiting beliefs, are constructs that confine you to a reality that doesn't serve your highest potential. They whisper destructive messages. You don't have what it takes. People like you don't succeed. Better to remain small and safe. But understand this. These are not fundamental truths. They are echoes of past conditioning, voices that don't represent your authentic essence. Limiting beliefs function as invisible constraints, restricting your movement and blocking your natural expression. Each time you reinforce these negative narratives, you strengthen these constraints. They become habitual, and you become captive to your own mental constructs. The belief that abundance only comes to those who are special or uniquely talented is what prevents many from experiencing life's natural generosity. It's like putting a cap on an artesian well. Recognize that the universe operates through principles of expansion and abundance, and you are an integral part of this system. The only thing preventing you from manifesting your deepest aspirations is your own internal resistance. The creative force of the universe honors your beliefs. If you believe in limitation, limitation becomes your reality. Conversely, empowering beliefs act as doorways opening to expanded possibility. Every positive belief you embrace creates a pathway toward greater freedom. Empowering beliefs align with your essential nature. They acknowledge your inherent value, your creative capacity, your ability to transform. When you affirm your worthiness, when you recognize your power to reshape your reality, you begin dismantling the barriers that have confined you. You open yourself to new possibilities, give yourself permission to dream boldly, and most importantly, take inspired action. Your natural state is one of growth and evolution, and empowering beliefs are the conditions that allow this natural process to unfold. But how do you distinguish between limiting and empowering beliefs? Approach your beliefs with genuine curiosity, like a scientist investigating without preconceptions. Ask yourself, is this belief genuinely true? Does it enhance my life? Am I willing to release it if it doesn't serve me? When you courageously question your beliefs, you begin uncovering the truth beyond conditioned limitations. Remember the words of philosopher Alan Watts. The only way to make sense out of change is to plunge into it, move with it, and join the dance. Each limitation is a belief awaiting examination, and by releasing them, you create space for authentic expression and fulfillment. Moments of extraordinary achievement don't emerge from nowhere. They arise from the unshakable belief in our capacity for greatness. Empowering beliefs aren't superficial affirmations, they're the foundation of transformative action. When you truly believe in your potential, life becomes a creative expression, and you become the artist. By transforming your beliefs, you not only reshape your reality, but inspire those around you toward their own transformation. Like ripples in water, your empowering beliefs extend outward, influencing collective consciousness. So, fellow explorer, choose your beliefs with intention. Let empowering beliefs illuminate your path and the paths of those you encounter. You are a creator, constantly composing your life's masterpiece. Life isn't a burden to endure, but an opportunity to express, and by embracing your highest beliefs, you'll discover that the universe naturally aligns with your authentic expression. Transforming beliefs is an intimate journey of profound significance. Changing beliefs isn't merely adjusting surface thoughts. It's a fundamental process that rewrites your life's narrative. How do you begin this transformative journey? The first step is self-awareness. Look within with compassionate curiosity and observe your beliefs. Ask yourself, what underlying beliefs am I carrying? Do they genuinely serve my growth? Do they reflect my deepest truth? This practice acts as a revealing light, illuminating patterns that may have remained hidden, allowing you to recognize limitations that no longer serve you. Writing is an act of powerful externalization. By articulating your beliefs on paper, you give form to what was previously formless. This process helps differentiate between authentic truth and conditioned illusion. In doing so, you create space for new possibilities to emerge. The philosopher Epictetus reminds us that freedom begins with recognizing what is within our power to change. Next comes intentional redirection. Consciously determine which beliefs you wish to cultivate. Create affirmations that resonate with your authentic aspirations. Tell yourself, I am naturally creative and resourceful. I am worthy of meaningful connection. I am perfectly positioned for growth through every experience. These statements aren't empty words, they're seeds of potential planted in the fertile soil of your consciousness. Affirming your new narrative is essential, but insufficient alone. You must embody these beliefs through action. Genuine transformation occurs when your behavior aligns with your evolving belief system. Take deliberate steps that reflect your emerging truth. Life responds to the language of action as much as thought. Understand that transformation involves navigation through resistance. Established beliefs may reassert themselves, attempting to maintain familiar patterns. Recognize these patterns with awareness rather than judgment. They are like shadows that seem substantial until illuminated by conscious attention. Contemplative practice offers invaluable support in this process. Through consistent quieting of mental activity, you create space between yourself and your thought patterns. As I often share, meditation is the foundation of lasting transformation. It creates the essential space where you connect with awareness itself, the consciousness that transcends all beliefs. Finally, engage with communities that support your evolution. The resonance of shared intention creates powerful momentum. By connecting with fellow travelers on the path of conscious transformation, you reinforce your empowering beliefs and participate in a collective field that transcends individual limitation. As the philosopher Martin Buber observed, all real living is meeting. Through authentic connection, we discover and strengthen our truest beliefs. The keys to transformation reside within you. You can fundamentally reshape your experience by transforming how you perceive yourself and the world around you. Remember that consistent practice of awareness is the cornerstone of this journey. When you quiet external influences and turn inward, you access your essential nature, where wisdom beyond all conceptual limitations resides. In this sacred inner space, you can begin reprogramming your beliefs and consciously creating your desired reality. The pioneering psychologist William James noted, "The greatest discovery of my generation is that human beings can alter their lives by altering their attitudes of mind." By awakening to this creative capacity, you become empowered to shape your future according to your highest vision. Fellow seeker, transforming your beliefs isn't merely a technique, but a profound journey of self-discovery, authentic expression, and expanding freedom. You possess the inherent power to reshape your reality. May your consciously chosen beliefs illuminate your path forward, and may each step toward greater awareness be recognized as the triumph of your evolving consciousness.